Stupid Neelix, he keeps making Tuvok's Plomik Bruth rather piquant. What an asshole. He's always trying to add things to the flavor and whatnot with his fucking roots and shit. Got enough cabbage from the hydroponics bay? Yeah, I was just watching Voyager and all that bullshit, so I figured I'd that's the thing, when that's you guys. Like when all you losers are like, "Oh man, did you see who tweeted bullshit? Did you see the latest episode of whatever the fuck? Well, I'm in my parents' basement and watching other people do shit." Like that's basically what you sound like. You sound like you're bitching about Neelix and Tuvok and Plomik broth being piquant. Because that's what Tuvok says when Neelix is like, I used a Leola root to make a traditional Vulcan dish from the database. And then Tuvok eats it and is like, this is rather piquant because he's a Vulcan and that's how Vulcans talk. And then Neelix is like, yeah, well, I added to it. And then Tuvok is like, well, if you add to it, it's not really Plum Bruth, is it? He's like, Plum Bruth a la Neelix. And then like, boop, get Janeway to Tuvok here and all that bullshit, right? Like, at least when you watch a show like that, it's got like production value and, it's got like own set. And it's only a matter of time until people make their own Star Trek type show using these things. The last Star Trek, I didn't even watch it. It looks stupid and woke, so I didn't even watch it. Enterprise is the last Star Trek. But yeah, T'Pol. Oh man, T'Pol. T'Pol in A Mirror Darkly, when she's got the long hair and like, oh yeah. But anyways, we're talking about, yeah, but you fucking douchebags, fucking all this social media bullshit. They're like, did you guys see what the fucking follower douchey loser who's asking for $5 today? Did you see what some other douchey loser did for $5 today? No, I didn't. Fucking assholes. I was making money and doing my own shit. To be totally honest, I've just been more focused on playing the Final Fantasy VII. I mean, just regular Final Fantasy. I'm about to beat it, and then I have to finish cleaning because I'm still doing all that bullshit. And this is totally just a filler video because I think my suspension on the other YouTube channel gets off at 4 o'clock, and I just don't want to really make one later on. I might or whatever, but I want to give it like, the good old college try. I want to like really try to get my channel banned and say like a lot of shit. And if you think about it, if you really think about it, like what YouTube is saying, we don't want you to become successful. YouTube is saying, if you watch this motherfucker over here, he's going to tell you guys what you have to do to do the bare minimum, to get an education, to get a certification, to get a career, to get crypto, so that way you don't have to work ever again. At this point in time in my life, oh yeah, I work because I want to, not because I even have to. We'll just prove that again. And again, like, I'm not really liquid for all this shit that I'm showing you. I have other money that I'm not showing you guys, but it would be great when this shit, when I do cash this out, I'll be super happy. But I've mined just under 8,700 T-Fuels. So I've printed my own money. I'm my own bank. I'm yield farming my own cryptos. And I've got my stakes right there. So, I mean, I don't really need to work, right? I just work because I want to. I like it. And there's no need to throw money away and all that bullshit. But if you do the shit that I say, I'm pretty much just one example of how, like, look, if you just do regular shit and do honest shit and, like, don't fucking lie about bullshit, then you can become a millionaire in, like, 2 years. Less. I was slacking off. I could have done it faster, right? To be quite honest, I'm looking back at it. I wasted about maybe $4,000 or $5,000 on bullshit I shouldn't have that I could have put into Theta or T-Fuel. I would be like over a millionaire even in the bear market or the bear part of the bull market, whatever the fuck, the cycles, right? But the thing I'm saying is like that's really what it is. YouTube is like, oh man, you can't see this motherfucker who went from being homeless to like being a millionaire. We can't have other people doing that shit. We want them to watch our fart jokes and to watch our like dudes putting on makeup and women, fucking trying to be dudes and all that horse shit. And you don't believe me, just look at YouTube's own recommendations. It's like some fucking 40-year-old douche putting on makeup or you'll have some like 16-year-old girl shaving her head. It's like retarded. It's like if the 16-year-old girl put on the makeup and the 40-year-old dude was shaving her head and getting a job, that would be something different. But I mean, this is just, they literally turned it upside down, and in between all those just a bunch of SpongeBob fart jokes for you all to rot your brains on. Meanwhile, everyone tweets at each other on fucking Twitter media, social media bullshit. Like, oh, did you see the post I posted about being offended? Did you see the post I posted about your post being offended and how that offended me? It's like, you dumb pieces of shit. Like, no wonder why they are rigging elections and stealing your rights and all that bullshit, because you dumb motherfuckers are letting them because you're just stupid. But I'll save that for tomorrow, like or the next video I make on my channel. Let's really get it banned. But what was it? But yeah, so then yeah, YouTube does not want you to be successful. Just think about that for a second. And I don't even give a fuck if you watch my videos and all that bullshit. I give a fuck that YouTube is saying we have to ban this motherfucker because he's too correct. He's too successful. If other people emulate him, they'll be successful too, and then they'll have no need for us. Yes, think about that one for a second. You do not need them. They need you. All you have to do is pull your own weight, save in not dollars, and retire early as fuck. It's very possible, especially when we're living through a wealth transfer. The only people who are having a worse time off tomorrow than they are today are those who save in dollars. Anyone who's saving in crypto or silver, all that bullshit, good to go. And I don't mean put everything into silver and crypto, because obviously as long as we have taxes and bills to pay, you're going to need to have some kind of currency. But I'm saying learn the cycles. I mean, how many times has Bitcoin been under 40K this year? So pretty much anytime it's under 40. So if it got as high as 60K, anything under 40K, put your excess dough in. You got $100 left over. You don't got any more bills until you get paid. Put 50 into Bitcoin. Shit like that. But people don't think that way. I will get into that in my next video because they're really trying to get it banned. I don't know. I keep on saying I'm gonna take this shit seriously for regular or whatever. I might just do that because that's the other thing. It's like, we'll see what happens if I decide to keep working or not. If I take it, the thing is you kind of have to have a social media. It looks weirder if you don't have a social media, because then when they do the background checks, they're like, what are you hiding? Why don't you have a social media? I'm like, I'm not hiding anything. I just don't particularly want to get involved in that rat race bullshit with all you dumb motherfuckers. And then they're like, oh, so you're hiding something, you extremist. But if you log on and tweet a couple of things and yeah, silver and gold, they'll just follow you to 7-Eleven and then okay, well, he's saving in silver and gold. Oh, damn it. And then they just make you every time I try to buy silver, the bank is like, flag it as to make sure someone not trying to steal his credit card, and they have to call yeah, it's really me. I really want to buy silver. Thank you very much. Yeah. But if I want to spend $1,000 on a flight, on an airplane ticket and a fucking renting a car and getting a hotel room, they won't give a shit. Someone could literally steal my credit card and charge that, and they'll be like, oh, well, they'll just call us and we'll reverse it later on, and all. That's how they think, because that creates more debt. That means they get to create more money. But if you buy silver and crypto, that takes money out of the system, and then they can't fractional reserve off that bullshit. Anyways, I'm probably going to smoke and play Final Fantasy. I didn't stream it last night. I might not finish streaming it because I don't really particularly care if you watch me play Final Fantasy. I was just testing some shit out. But anyways, that's that. All right, guys. Peace out.